phenomenal. You can't. You barely made oxygen for an ounce of oxygen out that atmosphere.
Right.
You're not going to make enough.
Go there and make the air breathable first.
Exactly. Because the whole thing of everybody living in a bubble, and like you said, I'm in the same boat as you. Then we just do that here.
Right.
And you're not flying people 5 years away.
Right, on a one-way trip.
Yeah. And it's like, nah, I'm good. Like, I just don't think that's great ambition, great foresight. Let's see. I'm all about exploring our space, but I'm also all about exploring our oceans. That we know more about space than we know about our oceans.
Right.
And we only know 1% of space. That's scary.
It is.
That we don't know what's, here. So, to have this full circle, I enjoy watching the things with, the outer space travel and the I love the science behind it and the potential and the possibilities that they come about. But I think, like I look at everything in life, you got to put things in context. You have to look at things and say, okay, like that's good, but let's pump the brakes. Kind of like what we did in the late 80s, early 90s. It was like, okay, like we've spent a ton of monies in the 50s, 60s, 70s to explore certain things. We don't necessarily have the need or wants.
We don't have the flying saucers here like they did in the 50s and 60s to push.
What you mean? We do. Fucking on video.
Well, now, so we probably are.
This is in the early 2000s.
I know. What I'm saying is, back then they had all them flying saucer things, man. It might have been a push to get that money to NASA. It might be the same thing we're doing now, man. Let's release some videos so we get some money to NASA, man.
But again, these videos are from early 2000s.
I know. I'm just joking.
I get the argument and I get the the conspiracy things behind it. Going, well, they're trying to push for space exploration and trying to push. My thing is the same argument with them going back to Mars. I mean, going back to the moon. That they're doing that 2024, 2025. It's a new thing NASA's just pushing. And I'm like, selfishly, I'm like, yeah, do it, because I also think it's a uniter for our country.
Right.
It is like the whole.
I don't know if it's as big now as it was, when we the first man on the moon.
I think it could be for these next generation kids.
But there was a huge race between us.
Put a TikToker on that bitch.
Well, yeah.
I'm dead serious. Find a TikToker or a YouTuber like they did for what it was, Columbia, or the sorry, I shouldn't have brought that. That's the one that exploded. But they had teachers and they had
the Challenger mission.
The Challenger, right. Yes. Put somebody on it. Say something. Hey man, you want to sign? You want to go to the moon? Got to go through this training program with these people. You ain't doing shit. You're sitting in a chair. You're not doing nothing.
Let them hype it up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Put it on YouTube. Put it on TikTok.
Yeah,
put your videos of your training. Dude, pump that shit up. I promise you, you're going to have so many astronauts.
That would be huge, bro.
It would be ridiculous.
Right. And they would probably get some extra fun.
They'd be creating dances and fucking songs, and they'd be fucking TikToking the moon and shit.
The moonwalk would come back, right?
That's on video. I just did that stupid shit. It's going to be on video.
Hot, dude.
Stupid. I forget that camera's there sometimes. This is so not my comfort zone and element, but hey man, I'm trying. But no, I'm dead serious. You want something nowadays, you have to do what kids are doing today.
Right.
You gotta put these out to say, hey, look, because I had the Challenger photo on my wall that my mom got me, and it was. I was a kid. But it was like I still looked at it and was like, I always thought about it. Mm-hmm. And then when they were doing launches and the last SpaceX launch that would happen was like one of the largest, most viewed and most streamed things of that year. I think people are still interested in it, and it'll bring us back together. Like there's so many divisive things that are going on in this world right now. Something as crazy as going back to the moon, may reunite folks and say, hey, it doesn't. We still got one mission. We still got to live together. We still got to be here together. We still got to come together and make this happen. I watch a video every day. It stays. I don't know why it's always in my feed, and it's a clip from a Joe Rogan podcast, and I get it. And I don't remember who the guest was because I've never watched the episode. I just constantly see this clip. And he says, I don't want another 9/11, but I want another 9/12.
Yeah, that guy, it's a 9/12 organization.
And it's man, it's true. I remember that day. I mean, we're always going to remember that day. But
you actually called me. I don't know if you remember that.
The unity.
But my part of my 9/11 memory, you're in it, because I don't know if you remember this, but I was at my mom's. I think it was. It had been right around. I think the time was what, 01?
It was 01.
01. I was at my mom's house for whatever reason. You called me and said, "Hey man, turn the TV on." I said, "What channel?" And you told me, "It doesn't matter. Just turn the TV on." And I turned it on, and it was right around the time the second plane was hitting the tower. I was like, "Holy shit, man, what's going on?" And you actually explained to me.
I do not remember that.
Yeah. Yep.
That's crazy. But again, that 9/12 day, man, that was a day, whether it was military support, whether it was just looking at your neighbor.
Right.
Now I know if you're in the, Muslim community, you might have had a different feeling of 9/12 because of the day people looked at them a little differently, which sucks. Kind of the same, Asian hate that's going around. I think it's a
whole other topic, bro.
Yeah, but it's just that same thing, like, hey man, like, let's, come together, and you get a diverse group of people going on a space shuttle with some TikTokers or YouTuber. Get Jake Paul. Jake Paul, I promise you Jake Paul's going to the moon, baby. Him and Dogecoin going to the moon.
That's how they're going to pay for it.
Yep. Sell all his Doge. Doge is going to freaking rock it. He's going to sell his shit, go to the moon. But man, I really do think that's something that.
It's sad because sports used to do that for us, man. That breaks my heart so much, man. That sports got political, bro. Because that used to be. It didn't matter where you were from, what color you were, what religion you were. Everybody rooting for the Saints or the Pelicans or whatever. And then they got to go and get political, bro. Like I don't like politics in my sports, man. I just want to watch my sports and root with my boys and. But sports used to do that for us, man. They really did, dude. They
but political
were a unifier.
Yeah, I know.
I hate that they went political. I do.
I know, and that's a whole nother argument and topic because it's the same. If you got a platform, you need to use it. And I know there's arguments of how you can use that platform, but I agree with you. I wish that because Michael Jordan.
Oh, but my wife and I were talking about
beloved about everybody, right. And then you look, and I know we're going off where we're talking about the Mars, but then you look at. That's all right,
bro. I think our audience is used to us being all over the place sometimes.
You look at where LeBron's at this week, and
it's
like.
Speaking of that, he would probably be a great candidate to go to Mars. Like
I don't know if I want to hear where you're going with
this.
Like
we give him a TikTok, put him with the space, and he's first athlete on Mars.
That's not gonna happen.
That'd be a great great
to the moon.
To the moon. No, not Mars.
Yeah, but I mean, it is. I understand what you're saying, and it is kind of saddening to see that sports don't unify us like they used to. But we got to find something, man. We got to find something that's.
I think sports can bounce back, man. They just got to get all the political BS out of it and I hate to say it, but stay in their lane, because I would love to come here on Sunday, and turn the podcast on and watch a Saints game together, just so people can get all three of us hanging out, watching a ball game. I miss my sports.
I never stop, so.
Well, I mean, I get that, but I
love them regardless.
But I did.
Because what they do doesn't affect me. I'm not gonna.
That's a whole other record.
Yeah, I know, bro. I don't know. I still enjoy them, and nobody's, if I enjoy something else that somebody doesn't do, like we talked about in the last little clip that we put up.
I still watch high school sports and stuff, so.
Yeah. Because, I see that got a little political too sometimes at some spots and some areas.
Yeah, it does, but it's a way less degree.
Yeah. Well, absolutely, because, like some things, that some people, it's another topic that we'll, I guess, talk about one day. I was talking about my son last night that we'll talk about that, like. Some people think that, these high schoolers, have abundance of rights. And it's like, you have rights as a human.
Right.
You're still a child.
Yeah.
But that's not a position that a lot of people take these days. These kids run shit.
Yeah, not in my house.
You know, I mean publicly, like in schools and look, I'm coaching, you know,
right.
youth sports, and they're telling me what I can't do, and I'm like, time out. What?
Right.
Who you? You know, I had a little girl in basketball a couple years to pull me aside, and I was correcting my daughter. You know, she was a player, but I was talking to her like she was a player. She wasn't my daughter. She was my player. And I got a little loud. I mean, I'm a loud person. You know, I'm like, hey, you gotta. This little girl comes up to me. She tugs in my shirt. She says, "You can't talk to her that way."
Yeah.
Like, where's your mama?
Yeah. Why don't you go sit with your mama?
Because we need to have a conversation. You know, but I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole. But look, to finish up what we're talking about on the space travel, if you're interested in these topics that we talked about. Check out some of the sources we said. I'm going to look back into to the Tesla conversation and see. It kind of sparked my interest back on that because, I said, I've listened to some things on him, but it's interesting. And check out that Eric Weinstein. He's got some really cool shit, and he's about as down to earth as you can get. Now he's running Thane Capital, which is a private equity company that invests in crazy. So I mean, he's not. He's a mathematician by trade.
Right.
And then does all these economic things now and runs $1 billion corporation for Thane Capital, which Thane Capital is named after the original guy that started PayPal and Facebook. And Thane was one of the first, Theo, one of the first investors in Facebook. So,
oh, really?
Yeah. So, billionaire guys. And they run private equity through other companies, 4 other companies, venture capitalists and stuff like that. But if you're interested in these things we talked about, guys, check them out. Do a little research, throw us some feedback.
Go find our group that we have on
It's Facebook. A private group right now, so you have to be invited by a member.
Can they search though?
Yes, they can search it.
Can they request it?
I don't know. I'd have to check on that.
We need to check on that because I'd like them to be able to request. Because that'd be a great place for us to get engaged in these conversations.
This is the point of my initial point of the group that Coty and I talked about. Coty Simmons critic group, and I was hesitant in the group, so I was like, let's do it, because I don't want the group to be overrun by the people in the group. Right? It's still a platform for open discussion, not random vomit. And I don't have the time, like a lot of these other groups, to moderate everything that's posted.
Right. Of course not.
So I want it to be private. So ideally, if you go to our Facebook page and you follow and like our Facebook page, I will send you an invite. I have invited, not everybody because Facebook limits the people that you can invite on a daily basis, but all of us can go to our Facebook page through Not So I Divide Facebook page and invite everybody that's on the Facebook page, which right now is only, I think, 400.
Right.
But you can also go to community. Or if you go to your Facebook page, you can go to community and invite all of your friends to our Facebook page with one click. So it just makes it easy. You go to community, go to our Facebook page, hit invite all. It sends all of your friends an invite to a Not So Wide Facebook page. So, and once you're on that Facebook page and we see that you have followed our page, we'll go ahead and invite you to the group to where it's a little bit more open discussion. People are, I don't know why, but a little bit more open in that group. I mean,
they can actually post.
They can post stuff on our Facebook page.
Not on our first one though.
Yeah, right? They can still post. It has to be approved to post, but they can still post it.
Right.
So, but I guess with the group, it's a private group. So what you do post, nobody sees it but the people in the group. But yeah, guys, check it out. We still need your support. We still need your love. So keep sharing this. Again, we're going to be on YouTube soon. Time is killing us on that, but I'm trying to put some clips together just to kind of give a little teasers, and hopefully we'll have full episodes up. And subscribe to that, share that, because once we get 1,000 subscribers, it'll be much easier to go live. And when we go live, that's going to be some really cool shit. We'll be able to interact with everybody, and we have a new studio coming soon, hopefully in a couple weeks, so that's going to be some fun stuff too. But keep listening, guys. Keep sharing. Keep subscribing. Remember, the divide is not so wide.
Peace.